Welcome to another edition of IMO Sports with Pedro Justice. They held a press conference for the upcoming launch of DAZN in the U.S. The premier fight, of course, will be Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin in September. DAZN, will it be the great in the U.S. or will it be a disaster in the U.S.? My feelings on DAZN is I don't have anything negative against DAZN. For me personally, I will not be getting DAZN. The price of it will be $9.99 in the US. And it will show, as they say, fight sports, which means MMA and boxing. And so far, it's Bellator MMA, and it will have matchroom boxing, and it will also have the World Boxing Super Series. Now, out of these three things, for me personally, the World Boxing Super Series would be the thing that I would watch on DAZN if I was going to get it. But I'm not going to get it because as of right now, I look at the Showtime app. I think it's about $10.99. ESPN Plus is $4.99. And the PBC is on Showtime or on regular television. And those are the fights that I mainly follow. HBO, there's a few fighters here and there, but I don't do HBO anymore because there's not enough fights this year and that's really exciting for me. So I cover them sparingly. Now, as far as DAZN in the US, you only are going to get, as I mentioned, MMA, Bellator, matchroom boxing, and the World Boxing Super Series. Now, for the World Boxing Super Series, I'm very happy because last time, no one in the U.S. could really watch it unless you were online watching it and searching for it. So for them, I am very excited. But in general, DAZN for me is not going to be something that I have interest in. It's because as of now, they don't have any marquee names. For me, it comes to the value. So when value, it makes you do things or it makes you spend money that you may normally not spend. And so when I look at DAZN right now, I have to see what is the value to me. And for me, if I'm watching fighters on Showtime and regular television and ESPN Plus or ESPN more than I'm watching fighters or the fighters that they currently have on DAZN, it doesn't have much value for me. Now, if it was Canada DAZN, where you can watch NBA, NFL, NHL, soccer. Now, for the Canada DAZN is awesome. The Canada DAZN is what you want. I'll pay $9.99 for the Canada DAZN, but so far, based on this launch of the US DAZN, I'm not interested because it doesn't have any value for me currently. Meaning I could go from July now to July next year with the current lineup on DAZN and I won't miss anything. I'm not really missing anything. For Anthony Joshua, he really didn't have pay-per-view in the US anyway, so this really doesn't do anything for him. So whatever money he got out of this is just extra gravy. He's still going to be getting his pay from the UK. So for him, hey, whatever. Now, as far as Boo Boo and Jesse Vargas and these people like that, these boxers at the level they're currently at, now I follow them. I have covered both of them in the last year or year and a half, I guess. But regular people are not really going to know. They're not going to spend $9.99 to see Boo Boo or see Jesse Vargas unless they're facing somebody that they know. And the only way they could do that is they face somebody who's from the Showtime or PBC or ESPN side of it. And those are just facts. I don't have anything to put it down. I'm just saying for me, there's no value for me. Let's use an analogy. Let's just say that DAZN is a new shoe coming out. The new DAZN shoe. Now, in order for me to come out of my pocket and spend money, I have to see what is the value or the marketing value or the branding of this DAZN shoe. They'll make me wear these over Nikes and Adidas and Reebok. Well, who's behind it? Who are the people pushing it? Who's aligned with this new DAZN branded shoe? Well, let's just say Enes Kanter, Patrick Beverly, good, solid NBA players, but it's not going to make me want to now drop Nike and get the DAZN shoe because they don't hold that much value to me. Now, if Kobe Bryant, KD, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, they stop being with Nike and start wearing DAZN shoes. And now they sign with DAZN. Now people will give it more credibility. They'll see the value in it because of the branding when they launched. But currently, with this launch of DAZN, when we go back to the boxing, it's ho-hum as it regards in totality. Now, as far as upcoming boxers, and they signed a few amateur boxers, things like that, this is great for those guys because it gives them an opportunity to be seen somewhere. And they're the right kind of free agents. Mikey Garcia, he didn't want to be tied down. Adrian Bronner didn't want to be tied down. The Charlos brothers, nah, not right now. Here's my question. Where is Danny Jacobs at? That's a marquee name who signed to Eddie Hearn. But guess what? He did not want to do DAZN right now because he has a great deal with HBO and he likes that HBO money. So I'm not going to go into that, but I'm just saying, think about that. Outside of Anthony Joshua, Danny Jacobs has to be his biggest star, and he does not want to have anything to do with DAZN right now. So in its current state, I am not a big DAZN proponent. Like, I'm not going to be a person who pushes it, but at the same time, I'm not going to badmouth it. I'm just saying it doesn't have any value for me as of right now, based on the people who I cover and based on the people who've signed up for it. If I never see another Jesse Vargas fight, I'm not going to be upset. If I never get to see another Maurice Hooker fight, I'm not going to be upset. Though I hope that's not the case, but I won't lose any sleep. Boo Boo, he doesn't even fight much. So hopefully now he's forced to fight. So this launch is exciting for the upcoming boxers who want to get out there and get a name for themselves and be on some type of platform and get paid. Eddie Hearn, I don't believe things that Eddie Hearn says. Definitely in regards to Deontay Wilder. In this press conference, there was a big altercation between Big Baby Miller and Anthony Joshua. And I do not believe that it was staged. It was not staged because if you look at Anthony Joshua's face, he was not smiling. He was not playing. He was not about what was happening. Big Baby Miller and Eddie Hearn may have been in cahoots, but definitely Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to put this on him now. If you've seen some of my latest videos, I'm disappointed in Anthony Joshua that he did not stand up to Eddie Hearn and say, let's get this fight in November or October, but instead they're letting it go to April. So he just sat back and let Eddie Hearn do Eddie Hearn. I understand that Wilder is dangerous, but right now I'm still disappointed in Anthony Joshua. But even though I'm disappointed in him, I can still say that he did not participate in going along with what happened in this press conference. He was there to have a fight with Povetkin, stand there and do the little face off, show his belts. I'm in the U.S., blah, 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 blah. That's what he was there for. But when Big Baby Miller decided to run his mouth, you could just look at his face. At any point in time, he was not playing around. He was not there for cutting up. He was like, please get this guy out of the way so that I can sit here and take these pictures and get out of here. The media tried to hound him. He tried to answer the questions. We haven't heard him answer any questions lately, so it was good that he was interacting and trying to answer questions. But outside of that, I do not think that he had any part in setting up the Big Baby Miller confrontation. That was all Big Baby Miller. And Eddie Hearn was smirking because he knows maybe I can use this to avoid Deontay Wilder even more. I don't care what you say. There's IFL videos. You just go back in the last 6 months, match them up with Shelly Finkel and what they were saying back and forth, and you can see the discrepancies and the lies and the back talk. So you can't convince me that Eddie Hearn was not lying. He definitely did not want to fight Deontay Wilder next. Now he's throwing out a date of April the 13th. They had no intentions on fighting in November and October. He tried to explain the fact that with the pay-per-view, there's no way to get the fight on September 22nd. He's saying this fight is dangerous and he's worried about it. But then he also admitted that the Deontay Wilder fight is much bigger than this. And that's the reason why they were able to get this fight with the WBA, is because they're all in cahoots with each other. And that's fine. There's going to come a time in the next year or so where the rubber has to meet the road, and Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua will have to fight. And then we'll be able to see who is the #1 heavyweight. AJ, don't sleep on Povetkin. It doesn't matter if he's 38. He could still have something left in the tank. I don't know how Povetkin is off of the juicing. When he's not on PEDs, I don't know what he has to give. So I expect that Anthony Joshua is going to pull this fight off, and then they'll try to set up a fight with him or Dillian White or Big Baby Miller if the talks with Wilder and AJ do not progress forward. Let me know what you think. Until next time, it's Pedro Justice.